Yo, hey, what's up, guys? It's Wednesday, Comic Book Wednesday, July 11th, and I picked up a nice small stack of comic books today. And let me go ahead and start off with this one, Avengers vs. X-Men, right here. This one, guys, I really enjoyed. It got down to the meat and potatoes here in this issue. Oh my god, especially the fight against Thor and Emma Frost. I could not be any happier. This is what I was expecting. This is what I want in a versus. Now, you all know I enjoy versus battles. I enjoy the fighting with good guy versus good guy, bad guy versus bad guy, and so forth. But this one, Daredevil and Cyclops, it was okay. It was alright. We all know, who was going to win. I'm not going to spoil it out, but if you don't know, just guess, and then I'm pretty sure you'll know who's going to win. But let me jump a few scenes here. The battle with Thor and Emma Frost, oh my god, it got epic. It was an epic battle. It really was, because we all know how powerful Thor is. I mean, he's going against the Phoenix, and in a few other issues prior to this one, he was going up against the Phoenix. He was actually hurting the Phoenix. Well, here's, Emma Frost. We all know Emma Frost's secret power is, of course, she has psychic ability, but she can turn her molecular cell structure of her body into hard diamond. So she's pretty much indestructible. Is that correct? However, as you can see here, she pretty much owned Thor. Okay. Let me go back here. There's one particular scene right here. Let me show you guys this one right here. This one was awesome. This scene right here, this fight, like I mentioned, him busting through Emma Frost with his hammer. We all thought, or at least I thought to this point, she's done. She's done. She cannot come back from this. However, she came back. She came back pretty much. I don't know how she did it, but she formed her body. All the pieces that Thor broke, as you can tell, she formed back again. How that's possible, maybe it has to do something with her psychic ability, but I really have to call BS in this, because she pretty much put herself back together and whooped Thor's butt. And yeah, that's a really cool shot right there, if you guys can tell. Anyways, guys, I was pretty disappointed that Thor actually lost, but again, it was a really cool battle. And again, really cool issue. However, it was not my pick of the week. There was one comic book that I'm going to show you out of all of them that I really enjoyed, I really loved, and I recommend to everybody, which I'll show you in a bit. Next one, guys, that I picked up was The Strain number 6. I've been loving this series, guys. If you're into horror, guys, pick this one up. The reason why is because it's a really cool story. I've been following this from issue 1, but I don't want to give too much away, but the art in it, guys, it's really cool art, and as you can tell, it does involve, these type of evil, zombie-ish characters that require eating blood. Okay, and they have these sharp tongues that come out of their mouths that apparently are used as weapons too. Let's see here, if you can tell in that issue, that's the tongue. Go back, and like I mentioned, the artwork is really cool, and the storyline leaves you in suspense for each following issue. And this issue right here, pretty much this guy in the cover, this old guy, he is kind of the bearer of the story. He knows what's going on. When he was a kid, his grandmother would tell him stories about this evil being, or this person or demon. And in the meantime, it's kind of like a virus that's spreading. More people are turning into these zombie, alien type creatures, and nobody knows what it is or what it's doing besides this guy. So they're trying to find the host, the main evil villain character, and it's just been a really good ride so far, guys. So again, if you really like this kind of horror type storyline, there's a lady here blocking in the storage shed where apparently one of these alien creatures is being held up. Here comes that old guy. He's ready to kick some ass. Here you go, like you saw this issue right here, or this page right there, and then he's pretty much laying it down. Way to go, old guy. So again, guys, pick up The Strain. It's really cool, guys. It's $3.50. I would recommend it if you're a horror fan. Moving on. Next issue, guys, that I picked up was Batman number 11. I picked up both covers, guys, today, the variant as well as just the standard cover, and I loved both of them. That's why I picked them up. For me, I'm lucky enough at my local comic book store that they don't really charge extra for certain variant covers that come out. So this one, I was able to pick up both of them for $3.99. So I was lucky about that. But as for both of them, guys, really cool art. Really cool. There we go. Coloring, especially by Greg Capullo. Love that. Now, we all know that this issue 11 is kind of the epic finale for the Court of Owls. This Court of Owls story has been going on for 1 year. Okay, this story has been really good. However, it's had its boring moments for me. However, Scott Snyder still does not disappoint. He's a really good writer, and I hope he continues. However, if he doesn't, if he goes on to something else, it's understandable, because usually most artists and writers only last up for 1 year for 12 issues. However, I may be wrong. Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo may still team up for another 12 issues. Who knows? Anyways, guys, back to the storyline. Being that this is the epic finale, I want to go ahead and give you a heads up and probably a spoiler alert, only because there is one part at the very end that surprised me. I'm not too quite sure. It was kind of a shocking ending, not to the fact that where Batman died. No. There's going to be an issue 12. He's fine. He lived. However, you see this character right here? If you watched, or I'm sorry, if you read issue 10, you would have found out that this guy is claiming to be Batman Bruce, his long lost brother, Thomas Wayne Jr. Now, apparently way back, I believe in the 60s, there was a Batman issue where it did talk about, or maybe even the 50s, was it? If one of you know, if one of you can chime in and be like, yeah, Brick, it's issue blah blah blah, I'd really appreciate it. But I do know there was an issue, a Batman story, where it talked about Bruce Wayne, his mother was pregnant and had a car accident, I believe, or somehow was pregnant and the baby got into an accident and was in the hospital and eventually died. That was a story. That's a true story. So it continues in this point where Thomas Wayne, is claiming to be that baby. He never died. However, he's pretty much upset and pissed off because it seems as if his mom and dad and Bruce just forgot about him and left him in a hospital. I mean, in all fairness, guys, if your parents and family did that to you, wouldn't you be pissed off? So, anyways, guys, the whole scenario about what surprised me was, okay, at the very end, it showed that, I believe the second or third to last page, there was an advertisement introducing the new Zero issues, where it's going to introduce, the Zero marker for certain DC comic books that came out last year, meaning Action Comics number 0, Detective Comics number 0, Batman 0, Green Lantern 0. And what these Zero issues are, they're just kind of going back and telling a origin. Because we all know with this DC relaunch or reboot, it kind of just puts you in a whole different universe where this Batman isn't the same Batman previous from Flashpoint, right? He's a different Batman, a different type, different storyline, okay? Now, in this scenario, these Zero issues are going to tell, their history or origin, what happened, maybe after Flashpoint, or what was going on, what's actually turned them into these characters. And one of those issues showed, of course, it was Batman number 0. I'm assuming, guys, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm assuming one of those issues on the cover showed Thomas Wayne, maybe in an old owl. It was some guy in an owl costume. Maybe it was the original Owl character showing, I guess, going to tell an origin, or maybe it was Thomas Wayne. I couldn't really tell because the cover was so small, but it looked really interesting. Like, there's a Batman 0, and then there was another Batman 0 that had, of course, Bruce Wayne on it. So I'm kind of wondering, and also at the very end, it never depicted, of course, Batman 1, of course, it never depicted what happened to Thomas Wayne. And Bruce Wayne never denied the fact that, no, this guy is not my brother. he was left at a mystery. He was puzzled. He still doesn't know. In issue 11, he does not know 100% that this guy is not his long-lost brother. The one true statement, or at least one notable statement that Bruce Wayne said, "I'll never know unless I get a DNA test. I have no idea." So that kind of left a lot of things open. Maybe he's going to have his own issue. Maybe he's going to come back. But it's going to be a really cool villain if he does ever come back. So again, guys, issue number 11 was pretty cool. However, the fight scenes were pretty much Batman was a rag doll throughout the whole time. But who can blame him? He's been through a lot. So I wish the fight scene was a little bit better. I wish Batman put up a better fight. But he really didn't. And at the very end, Batman still won. So again, guys, loved it. Issue 11. Next one I picked up was here. A versus X, Wolverine and the X-Men, number 13. I love this cover with Gladiator pretty much here, getting owned by the Phoenix. Gladiator's, again, one of my top guys in my favorite character list, and to see him here pretty much fighting off the Phoenix, or souped up X-Men team that have Phoenix powers, that was a really cool one. Look at that, that's pretty awesome, man. Look at that, there he goes, he's going to town. So, I love this issue, guys. X-Men, Wolverine, number 13. Next one I picked up is here, SpiderMan, issue 3 of 5. SpiderMan, issue 3 of 5. It's okay. The storyline, I'm not really too impressed yet. It's alright, I guess. I was hoping it would be a little bit better, but again, that's just my opinion. Again, it's still a cool read, but I'm just glad there's only 2 more issues left, to be honest with you. And this one I picked up today, which of course is regarding the Walking Dead number 100 series. Now again, guys, like I mentioned, I purchased already all of the covers, especially the chromium cover. It just, I never went down to pick it up today. I went to a different comic book store and I picked up, out of all the other covers they had there, this one is my favorite. Even though I'll probably have 2 of these now, this one with Michonne pretty much as a, you know, a really cartoonish rendered character going to town with these zombie faces and her samurai sword. I cannot wait for the Walking Dead TV series to start again, because I want to see this girl here pretty much go into a fight scene and just go tornado on all these zombies. I want to see that again, because it's a really cool cover. Hopefully AMC they show that off. I'm hoping. But again, I have not had a chance to read this. I'm going to read this tonight in the dark. Hopefully I can get a better sense of story scenarios here. I don't know. But pretty much I can't wait to read this after this video is done. Awesome cover. And for my finale of the week, guys, or at least for Wednesday, the one comic book that I do recommend to everybody is this one. Rivival number 1 by Image. This one came out this week, guys, and this is the variant cover. There was a sneak peek which I read not too long ago, and it really got me excited about this issue. Now again, this apparently is going to a horror type scenario storyline, where apparently, I don't want to indulge too much, guys, give out too much, but apparently there is there are these group of people in a town that apparently died and came back to life. They call those people Revivals? Revivers, I believe. The Revivers, they call those people. They don't know how or what's going on. They just know that some people died and they just came back to life. One person that tells in the story, she died, she woke up in the morgue, put her clothes on, and went back to work as if it was nothing. So people are kind of freaking out, and the government has found out. It's pretty much worldwide news, or at least national news. It's made storylines that, hey, what's going on? So the government has kind of quarantined this small town because of these people. We have no idea. A lot of people think it's you know, the end of days, apocalypse is coming, the end of the world. They don't know what's going on. All we hear is just, or all we can read is just people are freaking out. So there's these type of people that are just coming back to life, and they're barely at the point where they're trying to figure out what's going on. They're monitoring these people, you know, paying the police department. They're paying close attention, as well as the government, to figure out, you know, hey, is this a terrorist act? What's going on? Now, at the very end, it does show, towards the very end, it shows this type of alien-looking character, which I have no idea who he is or why they showed him, as you can see right here. But I'm pretty sure they're going to start mentioning this character or who this person is probably in the future issues. But that left me wondering, like, who is this guy? You know, what does he have to do? Maybe it's some type of alien takeover that's kind of, you know, aliens are going into these bodies and taking over. Who knows? But in this issue, this alien did not show a threat. It was pretty much wandering the woods. Now, before I give too much, the very ending was really cool, which pretty much there's this old lady here that was dead, and she's pretty much just, she's crazed. She is crazy because she's pretty much blaming her religious beliefs. Well, heaven didn't want me, hell doesn't want me, I'm back. So she starts pulling out her teeth, and when she pulls out her teeth, she's complaining that her teeth grow back. She's unable to wear her dentures because her teeth keep growing back. So she keeps pulling them out in order for her to wear her dentures. She's crazy. Anyway, she gets into a fight. There's this one main character, which is a police officer that was assigned to this specific story to find out, hey, what's going on? So she pretty much gets in a fight, or at least a little tussle, with this old lady, and her sister that tags along with the police officer. She finds out that the sister is also has these kind of powers where she can't die. And check this out. She's like, Dana, don't tell Dad. Pretty much, she's supposed to be a reviver or revivee, whatever you want to call them. So again, guys, it left me at an interesting state where, like, what's going to happen? You know, what's going on? So it's a really cool read, guys. If you're into horror, if you're into these bloody type, again, it kind of reminds me of a little bit of a zombie Walking Dead maybe storyline. I'm just glad that it's in color at least, but it's a really cool issue, guys, and I recommend it to everybody. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Hit me up. And I know this video ran a little long. I apologize for that. Hopefully, I didn't really take up too much of your time, but at least I gave you a heads up of what issues that I picked up and which one I recommend at least. So until then, guys, hit me up, and I'll be making another video on Friday or Saturday. So thanks for watching. Oh, and a heads up. If you haven't entered into my 200 subscriber contest, do so. I have currently maybe 14 current entries into my contest, and I'll be doing an update on that on Saturday, just to give everyone a heads up and remind everyone on that. So again, thanks, guys, and peace.